One of the topics I would find very awkward to talk to my teen about is sex.
Mum, what is a threesome?
What's a peep show?
What was a adult shot?
The male penis gets hard and it gets introduced into the female vagina, and that's how it happens.
I think it's very important with teenagers today to raise it early.
A book we used to read our kids when they were young called Hair in Funny Places.
He knows about sex since the age of 5.
It was a kid's book about, going through puberty and, and the sorts of physical changes that were happening through puberty. And we used to read that to the kids often and, say, have you got any questions about that?
They know that it's not something that is a taboo subject to talk about.
I've got kind of a plan that get him used to his own body first, get him so it's just familiar to him.
And usually I try to give a fairly straight answer.
I know you've had sex ed at school or whatever it was. Let's sit down and talk about it.
I'm going to tell you the truth, and I'm going to tell you the way it is.
I actually also bought a couple of books on relationships, both for my daughter and for my son. I don't know if they ever read them, but they were there, and I knew that they had access to information if they needed to.
I wanted to make sure that he knew about venereal diseases, so we Googled it and we went into images. He was so surprised.
He just blurted it out. I want to see a condom, but not in a movie. I was like, all right, we're at the chemist, let's get some.
I wanted him to understand that if he's ever later on in life going to have sex, he needed protection.
Usually I have a quiet conversation with just, one-to-one.
If you don't want to do something, it's your body, and that you don't consent to it, then that's perfectly fine. If you do consent to it, that's perfectly fine as well.
And then he says to me things like, Mum, when am I going to be able to have sex? And you're ready. And you're ready. You're going to know, and you're going to be prepared, and it's going to happen.
We just have lots of conversations randomly, I guess, in the house about when things happen. Or something's on the media, or we'll just talk about that in a very casual kind of way.
It's been my experience that they sort of seem to know all about it and seem to know so much more than what we do, so.